What's going on, world? It's your boy Kuya, NRW, Nerds Rule the World, here with my brother Glenn Lawrence to talk about more of those amazing entertainment picks that we do, here at the channel. Glenn, a lot of entertainment going on the tubes and on the big screens, but also some entertainment on the field, man. I want to do check-in, man, because I think coming up soon, it's going to be the NRW Super Bowl when my team and your team face each other, and I'm hoping that we're still undefeated. I know for my team, we just collected a big win over the Cowboys as of this recording, man.
Yeah. You know what? The Eagles are flying high. The Niners are also doing their thing. It'll be very interesting, and hopefully they'll converge as the two unbeatens. I think everybody wants
y'all to be undefeated. I want y'all to be undefeated. I want us to be undefeated, and that's going to be the NRW Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think everybody wants to see that. I think it'll be a boon for football. Everybody wants to see that happen, and so do we. You know what I mean? Niners look really good against the Cowboys, but
Did you watch the game?
I did watch the game. I watched the Eagles game, and then I watched the Niners game, and the Niners look great, but they're just, the Eagles are like, whatever. They just brush it off, and then they keep moving, and then they just keep winning. They don't care. They just get it done, and that's the whole thing. It's like about getting it done. Last year, we had a lot of blowout wins, big wins. Everybody's like, woo, and then we didn't win the big game. So I think this year we're just figuring out, like, all right, how can we win the hardest way possible? And so that'll prepare us for the postseason, because last season we were just running through teams and then we didn't get it. So I think this year we're trying to make it a little bit more difficult on ourselves, because if you look at every game, we could have been blowing them teams out too. You know what I mean? We're just like leaving points on the board, leaving points on the field. Niners are blowing everybody out. They're looking great. They're looking strong. They don't look like they have a weakness. Brock Purdy's looking,
I think we're underestimated. I respect on your team. Mad love to your team.
I know y'all underestimated. Everybody's saying that y'all are number one.
Because of our quarterback, because he was a third string cat now taking over. They underestimate that, brother. So I think, we're about to show and prove that, we made the right decision. Although I've been like skeptical, Trey Lance, Garoppolo, although Garoppolo was on his way out, he wasn't ready, but I had hopes for Trey Lance. But I'm really excited, man. Watching the game too, and you saw the game as well, man. That brother Brock, bro, is playing not like a rookie, man, like or second year cat. Like I'm like, wow, I'm impressed by that young man, bro.
I will say this.
Are you impressed? Are you impressed?
No, he's solid. I'm not gonna hate at all, but I play football. I watch it quite a bit. I look at the X's and O's and the breakdowns and all this type of stuff. And I will say, if you are going to give Brock Purdy that much time, he's going to pick you apart. He's solid. He's going to pick you apart. I want to see, once you start speeding up his internal clock, it might be a different story, but we haven't seen that yet. So who's to say? I mean, we did see it. We saw it last year when the Eagles got
composure, man.
When the Eagles handled business and there wasn't much that, could be done. But we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? I'm really interested to see this game, because I think it's, it's one of those, unstoppable force meets an immovable object. I think it's going to be one of those situations, on the collision course. But we got to get through all the weeks. You know what I mean? That's like in week 13. We got a lot of weeks of football in between there. So who knows what'll happen. But I want to see what happens. Brock is playing all right. But I am going to pull you aside and be like, yo, like, chill out. Y'all, people are definitely crowning the Niners as the best team in the league. There's very few people who are not.
But I don't know about that. I don't know.
Wait, who are they talking about as the best team in the league then?
Your Eagles are bad boys too, brother. I mean, that's you and I. It's amazing this year, as we're brothers, we're friends, and our teams are killing it, man. I don't want to put my team on that pedestal. I'd rather your team take that top spot, and we're just gonna.
No, we're the underdog. We're the underdog. Y'all are.
We'll just save it. We'll save it, brother. But we got to see that game together. We gotta, whether at my house or your house. Actually, I think we shouldn't see at each other's house. I think it needs to be Switzerland. We need to find a place that we can just watch the game together, right, and then enjoy. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm with it, bro. I'm with it. Although I might be on pins and needles. I'm I'm not very fun to be around during the games. I'm very I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm like, get up, I'm yelling. I got to send the kids away because it doesn't look good. It's not safe for work.
All right. Well, we're going to have to figure something out, but let's get to these picks, man. But it's always great talking about football. And when both of our teams are doing well, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for my team. And I'm looking forward to that NRW Super Bowl, man. More so than I got to say the Super Bowl right now. That's the Super Bowl is our teams matching up.
NRW Bowl, baby.
I'm saying. All right, brother, you ready to get into these picks for this week? I'm
excited. I want to see what you got. I think you saw me earlier when we first started. I was chewing. I'm ready to chew on these picks. Eat them up. What we got?
All right, man. It's a crazy kind of a week. There's not really stellar. I want to, well, not to say stellar because I don't want to knock these cats, but there's not a lot of like big studio joints because apparently we're getting Taylor Swift's concert hitting the theaters. And that's getting pressed over most of the websites right now that I pull my plugs from. So you're going to have to tune over to like Prime Video, Netflix for some of these joints, Disney Plus. That's where we're heading to this week because it looks like the theaters are just really pushing Taylor Swift. Respect on Taylor Swift. I know Kelsey's a Swiftie, and that's all in the news because, you know, you and I are watching football. It's all about Kelsey and Swift right now. But let's head over to Prime Video for this first drop, brother. You ready to head to the burial with Prime Video on this one?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, how y'all doing? For all of y'all that don't know who I am, my name is
Willie Gary.
Willie Gary.
Willie Gary.
William Gary.
Never heard of him. What's so special about this guy, anyway?
Litigation is war. It's a battle. Bam! And I'm not talking about no bullshit either. I'm talking about some Jean-Claude Van Damme ass-kicking shit.
Truth is, I may have gotten myself into a lot of trouble.
I've been your lawyer 30 years. We can find a way out of it.
You've never sued anybody before in your whole life.
This fella tried to bully me out of business, and I don't think I should be expected to stand for it.
Mr. Gary hasn't lost a case in over 12 years.
You suggesting I hire this guy as one of my lawyers?
Y'all come on in.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Gary. Let me introduce you to my comrade.
How do you feel about working with black folk?
I suppose I am a little prejudiced.
Did you meet my team?
I'm Chris.
Shepard.
Reggie Douglas. Gentlemen.
He's suing us?
He's suing us? We are a $500 million corporation.
So, how much money y'all trying to get?
$8 million.
That ain't enough money. $100 million.
Who is this clown he's hired as a lawyer?
You're a fighter, man. What made you want to do it?
Because he tried to mess with the one thing that means the most to me in life, being able to leave something behind for my grandchildren.
Let's play some music.
Sun is shining, sky is blue.
Her name is Mame Downs. Graduated top of her class from Harvard Law School.
They had a nickname for her around the office.
The Python.
I wouldn't get too used to me being kind to you, Mr. Gary. Once we begin that trial, I'm gonna destroy you.
Can't you see that we're golden?
We don't have a snowball's chance in hell of winning this case.
Just trust me, okay? I may have found something.
What does it feel like to be some small-time nobody on the verge of bankruptcy?
Walking tall,
What if I don't win? And I let all these people down?
You have been trying to turn this into your own one-ring circus. I got my damn life on the line.
I know that, Jerry. Did it ever bother you?
Oh, the hypocrisy, the hypocrisy.
You sit your ass down.
I'm objection, Your Honor.
Hey, wait.
What's my...
Can't split the pole. Can't split the pole. Now, come on, Doc.
Okay, there we go. Burial.
Yeah.
What do you think, brother?
I like seeing Jamie Foxx back in the saddle, man, looking good as ever. The movie looks good. Got some great actors in there. You saw Journey Smollett, obviously Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones, right? Is that right?
You know what? I'm losing my mind right now. You're making me question myself. Yes, Tommy Lee Jones.
Okay, I was like, because I haven't said his name in so long. I was like, right. Yeah. It's like, was that the right name? And then of course, Jamie Foxx in there and super strong supporting cast. I am excited to see this movie. Although I don't know, man, I feel like part of me thinks I feel like we've become way too litigious in this society, like where we're just like focusing on court, like that's supposed to be a, like a mainstay of like nobody wants to be in court. Why do these corporations got to force you to spend all your time in court just to support your family and leave something to your family?
Yeah,
it's so weird. You know what I mean? And then you see this, and it kind of like it makes it look kind of glorious to be in court or whatever. But nobody wants to really do that. Nobody really wants to be in court, hanging out, trying to fight tooth and nail and argue your case to somebody else so that you can support your family. It kind of, that part of it kind of sucks, but this looks like a great story, one that looks like it'll be very interesting on the big screen. Maggie Betts, the director, fine director. So I think this is going to be solid, man. Coming into Amazon Prime Video. I don't know. It's just it should be all right. I'm excited to check it out, see what we got here. What are you thinking?
I'm with you about the court thing. Definitely, I wish people could do each other right. You know what I'm saying? Not have to take things to other outside entities and let other people profit between all of that stuff. But this, in regards to, as a film, looks amazing. Star powered. Love all the actors that are involved. Curious about the true story behind it all. And yeah, excited to watch it. And I know I will be watching it because the studio reached out. I'll be seeing it a little bit early and hopefully dropping a review to go along with that. Time to the release this Friday as of this recording when it hits theaters. And I think there's also the Prime Video release, if not happened already. I think there was we saw that there was a theatrical release and a Prime Video release.
Yeah, I think
all together.
I think theatrical was last week. It came out, just came out, and then it's going to be on Prime. This week is when it comes out on Prime.
Yeah, I'm doing a press screening sometime this week prior to the Prime Video. So I'll have that on the channel. Look forward to that, y'all. Glenn, ready to head over to the next project heading our way?
Yeah, what is it? What's on?
All right, this one is coming to Apple TV Plus, and this one is with Brie Larson. It's called Lessons in Chemistry.
Ah, gotcha.
In 5, 4, 3.
Let's begin, shall we? In life, discoveries usually lead to more questions. The only constant variable is the unexpected. We can't control it. It's only when you look backwards that you see how it was all connected. Let's begin, shall we?
That's perfect.
I like to cook. It's just chemistry.
You're on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough.
This institution has a reputation based on the world-class scientists, not the theories of a pretty lab tech.
We have rules.
You're firing me.
Just stop your crying, it's a sign of the times.
I would like to offer you a job as the host of our cooking show.
Are you concussed?
No. You are poised to become a TV star.
Welcome to the final show.
We're live in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome, viewers. This is Supper at 6. Do I need a catchphrase?
Don't overthink it.
Never understood what that meant.
I stand proudly with the overlooked workhorse of the kitchen, women, and baked potatoes.
What the? Just stop your crying of the time of your life.
You've got something almost no one has.
Breaking through the atmosphere.
A platform. What you say matters.
Politics don't belong in the kitchen. A man wants his wife to make him a drink after a long day at work.
Why do you assume that his day was longer than hers? Why don't you make them drink?
Just stop your crying, it's a sign of the times.
You are what I treasure most in this world. Not because you are pretty, not because you are smart, but because you love me and I love you.
You think you can't do it, and you do it anyway.
Your ability to change everything starts here. Children's at the table. Your mother needs a moment to herself.
All right, there you go. Heading to Apple TV. The series Lessons in Chemistry with Brie Larson. What do you think about this one, Glenn Lawrence?
Interesting. When I don't know why, I saw like snippets of this just on Apple TV for their promos, that they fly around. And I saw the name, and I saw Brie Larson. I saw that it was a period piece, and for some reason, I thought it was about Madame Curie. That's what I thought. I thought it was like about chemistry, and you know what I mean, like finding isotopes and stuff like that. Had no idea that it was actually about a cooking show or whatever. So interesting. I want to check this out. It seems like it's going to be uplifting. It's going to be rousing. Hopefully it's something that brings us all together, makes us love, and gives us some ideas for recipes. So I think it looks solid. I don't quite know what to expect, but it's one of those kind of sign of the time, got to fight the oppressor type situations, and hopefully everybody comes through happy at the end. So that's what I'm hoping for, wishing for. Brie Larson, amazing actress. And who else was in there? So many. Stephen Koenig. I think I saw Rainn Wilson. Was that Rainn Wilson that I saw in there as well? Wilson. Yeah. So Rainn Wilson. It looks like it's going to be good. Lee Eisenberg directing. I don't know. I'm in. I think it looks cool. I'll probably give it a look. See. What about you, man? Are you going to do it?
Yeah, I've already had the chance to check it out. And based on a book, a great story about female empowerment. I can't wait for my daughter and wife to check this out. Love Brie Larson. Love a lot of the actors that you stated are in there, making some great performances. Just a great series about a scientist, essentially, female scientist, and she wants to become a scientist. And but then in the times, 50s, I guess, I forgot the time period, men, the patriarchy didn't allow a lot of that to happen. So she then finds herself being a talk show host for a cooking show, and cooking is a lot like chemistry. There's a science to cooking. Mm-hmm. So she kind of melds the two. It's really cool, really deep, and very impactful and powerful, and great message. So yeah, everybody should check it out. I think it's a great series for everyone, for women, but as well as men, for all of us to learn from each other and not let things like that occur again. But I want to promote because the reason I checked it out is I had an interview with the food consultant for Lessons in Chemistry. The interview is already up on the channel. She's chef, author, former flame of Aziz Ansari. Courtney McBroom had a great interview with her, talking how she showed Brie Larson how to do a lot of the cooking. One of the favorite dishes that they made on set was lasagna, and she also stated to me, because I was like, yo, Courtney, when I watch this, I get hungry, and I know a lot of people are going to get hungry. Are they going to make like a companion like recipe thing to go along with the shows? And she said, yeah. So if you're following Apple TV, follow Courtney. They're going to have a companion recipe thing to go along with while you're watching the show, which I think is super cool. So you can like cook along with the show. And so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, great series, full of just importance. And check out the interview on the channel right now with Courtney McBroom. I had a good time talking to her, Glenn. Good stuff.
Interesting. So does that mean they're also going to put like a cookbook, or just give you some
that would be cool. Why not compile it all into one big cookbook as well? That would be dope.
Listen, shoot it along, pass it along if you get an extra one, because your boy loves to eat and also loves to cook. So
that is true. That's true. I will, man. If we get that, I will definitely throw that your way, brother. So we can enjoy some morsels together, man. I dig that.
I'm with it.
All right, brother, ready to head to the top picks. I couldn't choose one, bro. So we have two projects tied for the top 2 spot. And again, I was just looking at it all. It's all streaming because, again, theaters, it's all about Taylor Swift. So you're going to have to head over to streaming for all the new projects this week.
Okay.
So tied for number 1, we're going to head over to Hulu first, brother, with Monster Inside. Let's go.
Ooh, let's go inside.
So very young, I got obsessed with horror. I just think it would be fun to survive a horror movie. But I had no idea what I was getting myself into.
All right, guys, she's doing really good tonight.
Please don't.
I've always loved haunted houses. Growing up, I loved going to them. It's healthy to be scared.
But an immersive horror experience, you can't compare these things together. They're longer, they're more intense.
There's no topic that's off the table.
Everybody's going to wonder the why. The why is different for every individual.
There are people who need challenges. They need risk.
I don't think that this is any different than mountaineers or people that skydive.
I was drawn to it because it was unusual. I thought that this was gonna get me a
Brother,
little
ain't
bit
no
of fame.
way I would do a fully immersive bullshit
But
like this.
every
I would
horror
hurt
movie
somebody.
has a monster.
I'm the owner and creator of McCamey Manor.
What?
McCamey Manor billed itself as the most extreme haunted house in the world.
Got this, okay? You got it.
I'm here because I want everyone to know the truth on Russ.
You made a big mistake.
Russ McCamey aspired to be an entertainer and became the torturer.
You go to McCamey Manor, you might not make it out.
They drug you.
Your hair may be chopped off.
I was like, how is this possible?
It's a straight up cult. The list is long.
There was a $20,000 money prize.
Some people are enticed by that money.
Today's the day for my McCamey Manor tour.
How bad can it be? Let me go see.
The show's never overthrows.
Wait a minute.
Under the law, even if they have signed a waiver, it's a violation of your consent if that control of your consent is actually taken away.
I started to get some weird feelings from Russ.
We have a tired little puppy here.
And that's when it got violent.
How do we stop him?
Please stop, Russ. Please do not come here.
Russ is the great danger. It's not going to shock me if someone dies one day.
Come on, everybody. Come on in.
Bruh. Right, dog.
No.
I thought this was like a straight up documentary, but well, it is, but then it's on some real shit. They actually dude takes it to a whole nother level. Wow. What do you think about that?
No, is what I think. No, absolutely not on all counts and all parties. No, absolutely not.
How could you be surprised that a crazy motherfucker is gonna take it to another level when you sign away for that crazy immersion type? What?
It's so wild that people be like, yeah, I'll do it or whatever. I don't know, man. Just that was a lot. That was a lot to look at, a lot to experience. And I am not for it, bro. I would not be partaking. That sounds terrible, dude. Like
Yeah,
you're
dude.
actually asking someone to put you in a Saw movie. No.
And then it actually turns out to be a Saw movie.
Yeah,
From what we're seeing from that trailer.
Yeah, it looked so crazy. And it said like it's like based on a true story or a real story. And I just want to know what the real story is behind it. Just like it looked like somebody could have died in that. It looked very, very terrible. It looked like there was young people in it too. Like
Yeah.
I
gotta say, my sister. What's up with my sister? Come on, because I'm like, okay, I hate to sound racist as hell, but okay, white people are gonna do some crazy shit like that.
Hey,
But
that
people
must
of
have
color,
been
we
her
don't do that shit, and she was all about it.
That must have been her white side coming through. Absolutely not. It just,
bro.
It's
So what do you think of it as a project? Would do you? It's not. Exactly it's a documentary.
I think shining the light on something like that, is sometimes how these people get brought like to justice or the thing stops. So, on that count, maybe, putting it into that light, but I guess, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's for somebody wanted to do it. A bunch of people, they look at the ads and they're like, "Ooh, I want this extreme experience." And yeah, but to me, it's like crazy. It's like, you want this extreme experience. He provides it. It's weird as hell. It's creepy. It's very controlled, but it's what you wanted. You wanted some wild experience that you could barely get out of. And now you're like, saying, "Oh, we got to put a stop to him." It's like, you are the reason he exists, because you are thrill seeking like this.
Yeah.
If you're not answering the ad, this isn't happening. So I don't know. So
in concept, we wouldn't do the shit. The thing that's actually happening. But what do you think of this as a project, just talking about this and showing this?
No, I think it needs to, like,
okay, so you'll check it out.
Be out there, because this is how people get brought to justice and whatnot.
Gotcha.
On these by kind of showing it and putting light onto it. So it's interesting that the story is told. I
gotta show my wife this trailer. But my wife and I talk about crazy shit like this all the time. Like,
but listen, here's the thing. Like, it's wild. I'm glad that it's out there, because to the layman, we don't know anything about this. And what if we went and took our families to like, oh, let's go to this. It's an immersive experience. We really like, haunted houses. Let's go check it out. You don't do a review on it or nothing. You haven't looked at it. And you're just like, oh, it's just a really extreme haunted house. Most haunted houses aren't scary at all. Let's go to this, next one up. And then it ends up being something like this. It's one of those things where it like getting the word out so people know what they're getting into or whatever is probably a good thing. So, I don't think I'll be watching. I don't like the horror thing. And then it's just like real life. It's like real people suffering. And then, if somebody actually did die in a thing, I would feel horrible. It's a good way to ruin your day.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Monster Inside, y'all. That gave us Goosebumps. And that leads us to my tied for number one pick this week. Goosebumps returns, a brand new series coming to Disney Plus and Hulu. You ready to check this out, Glenn?
Let's get it.
All right, here we go. Goosebumps.
Have we met?
Nathan Bratt. I'm the new English teacher.
You live near here?
Yeah. The old Biddle House.
The Biddle House.
I did hear the horrible story about the boy who used to live there.
I hear it's haunted. Have you seen anything strange happening there?
Say cheese!
That is not funny!
No. Not that I can think of.
Some weird stuff has been happening.
Something's clearly wrong.
Why would you do that, man? That's not cool! There's no such thing as a curse, dude. That isn't real.
I get those goosebumps every time.
Are you okay?
Get the nose! Get the nose!
This is all connected. He's getting revenge for what our parents did to him.
I get those goosebumps every time.
Oh my God, we're murder nepo babies.
You come around.
Tell us what's going on. It's obvious you know. That's why all of this is happening to us.
I'm way too numb, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time.
We have no choice.
This ends now.
Run! Run! Run!
I get those goosebumps every time.
It's time for them to learn the truth.
Come with me.
I get those goosebumps every time.
Shit.
Oh my God. We need to talk.
Why does James smell like watermelon Jolly Ranchers?
I was just gonna say.
Okay, that was it. Got me on that one. All right, Glenn, Goosebumps. Were you a fan of the OG series back in the day?
I don't think I watched it. I don't think I was into the books or either.
Yeah.
I think it came a little bit after my time, because I'm super old.
Same.
But I know of it or whatever. And I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool. I think I was more into like the Hardy Boys and like
that was our time, bro.
Yeah, that was our era. No, it looks cool. It looks fun. I think it looks like it is going to be it'll be it's in between that little scary kind of thrillers. Preteen, all that good stuff. Doesn't take itself too seriously, but still has high stakes. Looks fun. Looks interesting. Justin Long's in there. So looks like it could be a good one. I don't know. What about you? What are you thinking? Are you going to go back to the Goosebumps?
Like you, that it's after my time. So when this came to pass, the studio reached out. Shout out to Disney, Hulu. I reached out to our more recent person that's in from that time period, Heather. Heather checked it out. We received the screeners, and actually, as of this recording, our review is up right now on the channel. So go check out Heather's review. I think she checked out the first 5 episodes, and then we also had the opportunity to talk to the EPs, the executive producers of Goosebumps, and so I got Heather to do that one as well. So she talks to Connor Welch and Pavun Shetty. That interview is available on the channel right now. So go check out our review and her interview with the EPs. From what I understand, it's based on like 3 or 4 of the R.L. Stine, Goosebump books and parts from the old series. So she said that fans of the OGs will love it. She enjoyed it. So yeah, go check it out. For me and Glenn, obviously it's after our time, but respect to it. It looks cool. I may check it out. It has that vibe. It's the spooky season. But yeah, there you go. So those are my vibes on it. It looks kind of cool, but let's recap, Glenn. We got The Burial on Prime Video with Jamie Foxx. We have Lessons in Chemistry on Apple TV with Brie Larson. And then on Hulu, we have Monster Inside, that kind of documentary craziness that's happening there. And Goosebumps on Disney Plus with Justin Long and a whole bunch of the other young actors. Where do I stand on this one? Up, down, to the side? Where are we landing on this week's entertainment picks? Or are you a Swiftie and you're going to head over to the theater and check out Taylor Swift in concert?
You know what? Taylor Swift is supporting AMC Theaters, which is in this long struggle with these people who are trying to bankrupt the company. So I definitely respect the fact that she's bringing people out to the theaters. Hopefully there'll be a mad rush, infuse a lot of money into the company, because we need our theaters. These are the places where we love to go and be taken off to a world that is like no other. Escapism, all that good stuff. And it's the thing I figured out, it was the thing I missed the most during like the pandemic when everything was locked down. I'm like, dang, I really love going to a theater and seeing a movie, like sitting in a theater and seeing a movie. And I would be very, very sad if this never happened again. It's one of my favorite things. It's one of my pastimes, one of my joys. So Taylor Swift bringing that back and making sure that those companies stay afloat with this type of thing, and maybe it opens the door to other artists doing the same thing. Maybe even comedy shows will be at these theaters. I'll have to try to do that, but I want to give you full thumbs up. That Monster Inside thing was so creepy, bro. So creepy. I don't know.
They flipped it on us on that one. I'm like, oh, okay, so they're gonna talk about how people do these immersion things, but then it actually gets flipped even more that there was a guy that actually was taking advantage of that situation even more.
It was like an expose.
What? Yeah. I actually really want to check that one out.
I'm still giving you some thumbs up because they were all good picks or whatever. It's just, that was I was not prepared for that, and I would not be prepared to see it either. That seems like it might be a lot for my little heart to handle. But everything else
surprised me.
Yeah. I know, right? Everything else looks like it would be good. I wonder if Heather's going to check that out. She seems like
you know what? I don't know if we caught wind of that one. I have to look. I know we did the Goosebumps stuff, but I'm curious about that because I'll need somebody to do the review on that one with me if I'm going to check it out, because I know you're not going to do that one.
Yeah, right.
All right, Glenn, if people want to check you out and not be horrified and have fun and get their laugh on, how can they reach out to you, brother?
Check me out at levelupcomedy.com. Glenn Levels Up on Twitter, Glenn Lawrence Comedy on Facebook and IG.
There you go. Show love to Glenn Lawrence and level up. And for me, it's the Legend Kuya P on Twitter, TikTok, IG, Hive, Blue Sky. And of course, here with Glenn and Heather and the whole squad at the NRW and Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. Let us know what you think about these picks. Will any of these picks make my picks on WTOP-FM Radio here in DC? Stay tuned to the channel, y'all, to find out. We're out, y'all.